Dan Cole, one change in the starting lineup. How important is his experience going to be, do you think, against this New Zealand pack?
Yeah, I think everyone's going to have to draw on every bit of experience they've got. You know, Dan's clearly played in big games. He's played against New Zealand a few times. He's been on the British Lions tour, and we feel that's the reason, you know, to give him the start in this particular game. We thought David Wilson did extremely well last week, and he'll be, you know, a useful impact guy to come off the bench.
Did you look at what he did last year, Dan Cole, against that New Zealand front row, and hopefully he can do the same thing again on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, the front row, or the tight head, is the component part of a scrum and the other people around him. So, you know, he's got a good loose head and good hooker either side of him. Joe Launch has been excellent packing down behind him as a second row. So, you know, we've got a good sized pack there, but we also know how good New Zealand are technically in the scrum. I've never really seen them struggle. You know, he's against a very experienced loose head.
Joe Marler impressed, of course, against Argentina in that first half. Came off the concussion, but you can confirm that everything's okay with him. He's gone through his concussion protocol and he's fit to play. Yeah,
it was good. Yeah, no, it's a mandatory 6-day turnaround, and he's been through that, and he's 100% good to go.
He's improved as well as over the last 6 months, hasn't he, with England, from the tour from Argentina and then in this autumn series. You've been impressed with what he's done, haven't you, so far?
Yeah, I mean, his Argentina tour was he was probably the man of the tour for me in terms of the quality of what he delivered, both in the set piece and also in the loose. Since the start of the season, he's obviously in a competitive position, but he's stayed in there and he's fought hard for his place. Unfortunately, injuries to Alex and Mako have meant they're unavailable, but we're more than happy with Joe Marler, 100%.
You don't want to speak about players that aren't here, but how much of a blow was it to lose Alex Cole-Sierra on Tuesday afternoon?
Yeah, it was disappointing for the team, but more so for him, really, you know, because he's so diligent and so professional in the way he approaches his work and his rehabilitation and everything else. But clearly, there's something not quite right with that knee, and you can't put someone into a game against the likes of the All Blacks if they've got any doubt physically or mentally. So, disappointing for him, but a great opportunity for Joe now and Matt Mullen.
As you say, an opportunity for Matt Mullen. Are you reaping the benefits, you think, of taking that extended tour to South Africa and having the Saxons group so close to the England group?
Yeah, I mean, Matt's someone I've coached a lot. Certainly the first time I coached the Saxons back in 2007, Matt was involved in that team. So, you know, he and I go back a long way, and he's very much up to speed with the rugby programme and the off-field and on-field mindset that we need to win this game. You know, so he's an intelligent rugby player. And scrum-wise, he's really benefited from the new scrum laws this season. So I'm sure he'll be very comfortable coming off the bench, and you know, we trust him.
Owen Farrell starts at 10 again. What's he done so far in these two games to impress you from that pivot role?
I think he shows great leadership. You know, he's the brains of the team, but also the energy of the team as well. And he's still a young player, still developing, but he's got a big game temperament. And as you saw in this game last year, you know, he delivered in that game, and I think he'll deliver again. You know, he's that type of player, and he inspires others around him and breeds confidence in others.
He spoke on Tuesday about Dan Carter being the ultimate game manager. Do you think Owen's getting towards that sort of, not that level yet, but he's on his way to becoming that type of player?
It's certainly a big part of winning big games. You know, you can't go into a game without being good at managing games. You know, playing in the right areas, but also playing the right time. You know, if it's on, it's on. You know, we've been working in all the areas, so set piece, defence, attack, and game management, and New Zealand have got it to a T. They really managed the game well, and Dan Carter's, you know, a linchpin of that. So, you know, I know Owen will be excited about playing against him, and for Dan Carter playing his 100th cap, it's a great honour for him, and I'm sure he'll respond accordingly.
Same back three as you picked against Argentina. How do you think they've got on as a unit, and are you expecting them to be under a lot of pressure, receiving a lot of high balls, those kind of things?
Yeah, no, I think the All Blacks kick the ball quite a lot from 9, 10 and 12. So there'll be challenges in the backfield for those three. But equally, all three are exciting runners with ball in hand. We want to make sure we do that. I think the forecast set fine for the day, settled day. So I think it'll benefit both teams because, you know, their back three's not bad either.
What do you think you need to do overall to try and win this game on Saturday? What do you need to do?
I think it'll be played at such an intensity, and such will be the physicality, and the decision making gets reduced to almost instinct, and it's playing on those instincts and delivering under pressure. You know, and I think, you know, we've won 9 out of the last 10 games. We can take a lot of confidence from that. They've won 10 out of their last 10, so it's a great matchup at Twickenham. You know, they'll have one thought on last year, as will we. So it'll be a fascinating contest. It'll be one of those sporting occasions, I think, where people will be privileged to be there, and so will I and the coaching team, and we're just hugely excited about the game.